All right, so here we are. It's day 2 of our hiking path uh, attempt, and we're going to show you what I'm doing today. So as you recall, yesterday, um, Mickey, our little retaining wall here failed. So I'll have to address that later with some rebars perhaps back there and some more frequent stakes. But anyhow, today, since we don't have those types of materials, we are going to start a couple steps up here and make our way up to the path up there. So let's get started. So I started already with making 2 bench cuts. As you can tell, there's 1, there's 2, and I'll continue this pattern till I get to the top. It's actually easier than I thought. I'm going to try to keep them about 3 feet wide. Okay, so I think it's important to note how this works. So what I'm doing is I'm using a shovel, and I like that because it allows me to get near 90-degree bench cuts. So I made a 90-degree, nearly 90-degree cut right there, went straight, then went down, and then straight. Now I'm going to do this next one. So how do you tackle an angle like that? Well, what I'm doing is I'm using roughly the dimensions of a railroad tie, and the way you attack it is not by just making a sharp cut from here or a sharp cut from there and expecting your shovel to go down all the way down to here in one felt swoop. No, you make a whole lot of little bench cuts like this, and then of course you're going to end up with a pile of dirt. So after I get a couple bench cuts in, next thing you know, it's big. It goes from a little bench cut like this to a big bench cut like this. Okay, so I just did that next step. This is the step that you last saw right here, and it is now done. What I did was start out with a tiny little bench cut right here, if you recall. Then I made it bigger, and then all the way across. And so now I'm on to my next step. And what I did is I took my shovel and I stabbed a line roughly at the top corner. And now I'm going to start making small little bench cuts all the way across until I get all the way down to here. And then it'll look like this one, and this one, and the previous. And so there you're going to see multiple steps going up this path. Now, this one in particular, I'm going to start to give it a slight turn because I want to go turn left at the top of behind this olive tree here, where you see that squiggly low voltage landscape wire. And then I'm going to shoot for between those 2 little olive trees behind it. Okay. All right, here it is. It is now exactly half an hour of labor, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. I know you're counting 3 actual landings, but in order to do this, I had to create 4 bench cuts. One, starting with the first one, of course. First cut, second cut, third cut, fourth cut. And as you can see, we're making gradual progress. We're going to make a left turn here and go up like I mentioned before. Let's go ahead and enjoy this this labor and go up. Take a look from above. And there's the happy recipient of all this work. Mickey, say hi. Mickey, hi. He's enjoying the roots that I dug up. Or the potato bugs. I'm really not sure. Okay, so I don't want to stop yet. Before we break for today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shovel and I'm going to strike it here and delineate the next cut. Okay, I'll show you that in just a second. Right there. All right, so before I quit, I just had an urge to mark out the next step. Again, this is our first bench cut, step 1, our second bench cut, step 2, our third bench cut, step 3, our fourth bench cut. I lost track. 1, 2, 3. This is our third step, our fourth bench cut. And then this is going to be where we're going to start our turn. As you can tell, it's slightly deviated, deeper on this side, less deep on this side. And we're going to start our turn, our gradual turn up this slope there. Okay, end of day 2. It was a very, very short day compared to yesterday, but every day makes progress.